In this video we are going to talk about how to design your wedding reception seating chart. So before starting this video, like this video and subscribe to Best for Brides YouTube channel for future updates. Even though establishing a seating chart can be challenging, planning a wedding is not a simple task. Take it one step at a time rather than allowing this overwhelming undertaking to overwhelm you. Do I have to make one, if you ask? Trust us when we tell that if you have a planned seating chart, you will have one less thing to worry about on your wedding day. It enables you to more effectively organize the specifics of your wedding celebration and guarantees that all guests are accommodated and properly placed. Additionally, some caterers or event planners demand pre-planned seating in order to better accommodate visitors on your wedding day. When serving plated meals, having an assigned seating chart makes it easier for your wedding planner and food servers to make sure that all tables are occupied and guests are served. Although allocating seats can be difficult, planning is usually preferable. On your wedding day, a seating chart for the reception will prevent confusion for both your guests and the event personnel. The following advice will help you build your wedding chart. Don't overthink things, just relax. You can become preoccupied with the seating arrangement and begin to overanalyze your guests' possible reactions. Relax. Because it is your wedding day, you should be aware of how comfortable, or uncomfortable, it will make your guests feel to sit next to coworkers or friends. You should not bother much about seat planning as long as everyone is properly placed, at ease, and enjoying themselves. Make a guest list first. Finalize your guest list first before deciding where they will be seated. Decide how many guests will be attending your wedding reception and whether they are permitted to bring more. Make sure to include a request for RSVPs to be sent to you or your wedding coordinator in advance. Consider the location. Your venue ultimately determines your table configuration and seating choices. For instance, if you have an outdoor wedding reception, you might be able to fit more guests and have more tables than in indoor locations. Decide if you want a single large table or a number of smaller ones. This depends on your wedding's formality or informality and the number of guests attending. Additionally, choose your table shape based on the location. Long rectangular tables, for instance, can accommodate more guests, but they might not fit in with your venue of choice. Decide how many people will be seated at each table last. Plan out your space. Consider the size of the space when you draw up your seating and table configurations. There are several templates for wedding seating plans online, or you may ask your wedding planner to make one if they provide that service. The best method to decide on this is to browse internet photos of weddings at locations and with similar guest counts. Round tables allow you to be much more inventive because everyone is seated close to one another in a circle. However, having too many of them may cause traffic problems around food stations or other crucial locations like bathrooms, where people would need access right away. Have a head table or principal table. In addition to the couple's specific table arrangement, think about setting up a top table for the couple's parents and your bridal party to honor them and all of their assistants with your wedding preparations. In order for the crowd to recognize them, you might also choose to seat them at a table with a different share. As an illustration, place them at a rectangle table with the other guests seated at round tables. Both circular and rectangular tables can be covered with matching tablecloths. For your head table, you could also decide to add a striking tablecloth or decorations. Place these guests at the tables that are closest to the bride and grooms or place them at long, rectangular tables on either side of the couple, facing the other guests. Place visitors at tables based on groups. Organizing guests into groups and then seating them at tables is the simplest method. Place them next to individuals from the same social circle, co-workers, or family and friends. They can enjoy themselves greatly with persons they know or are already friends with in this way. Separate a table for children. If you plan to have children attend the wedding reception, think about setting aside a table for them where they can be served tasty food. Additionally, Kids are given games or activities to keep them occupied so they don't run amok or act out. Inform their parents in advance of this arrangement, or suggest that guests arrange for someone to watch their children so they may attend the wedding party. Let them know in advance where they are sitting. Inform guests in advance of their seating assignments to prevent confusion. You may, for instance, inform them of their seat number or email them a digital copy of the seating chart so they can see who they are sitting with. They avoid having to find their seats in a hurry as the reception is starting this way. Having an accessible seating chart at the reception is another idea. To allow visitors to see where they are seated, kindly print out a copy of the seating chart and post it near the venue's entrance. Offer on bridesmaid dresses. Print out cards with their names on them, and set the cards on top of charger plates so they can readily see the chairs that are allotted to them. Depending on your theme, you may also be inventive with their phrases and table numbers by employing a range of decorations. Throw away the solitary table. No one requires this. In particular, you shouldn't single out your single pals on the day of your wedding. By placing your single friends at a designated singles table, you can also be embarrassing them. Allow everyone to enjoy themselves by seating them according to the friend or family groups they belong to. Instead, assign tables. You might also think about assigning your visitors to specific tables and letting them select their own seats and companions. This provides customers more freedom to select, while still being well organized enough for you to guarantee that every table is occupied. A seating chart may help you organize every aspect of your special day, including who will sit where and the size of your tables. Use your placement to your advantage. You need to keep a few things in mind about the seating chart. The first is to check if the flow of the room is pleasant for you. Your guests should ideally be able to walk across the area easily and swiftly. Nobody should have to wake up extra early or wait about for a long time. The availability of space for dancing at your wedding reception, and if so, how much, is the second thing to think about. Having some tables close to walls or corners and having less space than others might make this challenging. Additionally, you may require additional room for photographers who wish to snap pictures during dinner or cake-cutting rituals, which should occur before dinner. Last but not least, remember that DJs usually set up about 50 feet away from where their equipment will be used, so leave ample space for them. A seating chart may help you organize every aspect of your special day, including who will sit where and the size of your tables. An indispensable wedding planning tool is a seating chart. It assists you in organizing every aspect of your special day, including seating arrangements and table sizes. Here are some things to know about making one. Benefits of a seating chart. It can help you decide if you have enough chairs for all of your visitors. In order for attendees to establish plans with one another in advance or during cocktail hour, it indicates which guests will be seated next to one another during the reception. Making sure your guests are seated close to one another if they have any particular requirements or dietary restrictions will help to guarantee that they feel comfortable eating together and communicating with one another easily throughout dinner conversations, which may involve hearing devices. I hope you now have a better understanding of the fundamentals of creating a seating chart for your wedding. Although the procedure can be intimidating, it is important to complete it correctly. And keep in mind that you don't have to complete all of this work by yourself. You may save a ton of time and effort by hiring a professional to assist with creating a lovely and useful seating chart for your visitors. What do you think about this video? Do let us know in the comments section below. If you want to hear from us again, be sure to subscribe to the Best for Bride YouTube channel before you go. And visit our website, www.bestforbride.com.